Hello everyone and welcome to the Samurai channel. I will introduce Japanese culture and history in an easy to understand way. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do so. Today's topic is tea ceremony. You may have heard of it at least once. However, many of you may not know the moment. The origins of the tea ceremony date back to 9th century China. But the form of tea ceremony as we know it today developed in Japan in the 15th century. Two basic concepts of the tea ceremony, ichigo ichi and wake sei jaku, are introduced here. Once-in-a-lifetime encounter expresses the idea that an encounter at a certain moment, in a certain place, or in a certain situation occurs only once, and that nothing will ever be the same again. This ideology encourages tea ceremony hosts and guests to live the moment to the fullest and to respect and cherish each encounter and experience. It also encourages an awareness of the passage of time, that once a particular moment is over, it never returns. The concept of ichigo ichi emphasizes the transience and beauty of life, and the value of time through the act of making and drinking tea, and sharing the experience. As such, people attending a tea ceremony are encouraged to show respect and appreciation for the moment. This concept also leads people to value their relationships with others, and to have respect for themselves and others. Considering every encounter as a once-in-a-lifetime event will lead people to respect others and make the best of the moment. This is a very important lesson not only in the tea ceremony, but also in everyday life. Harmony, respect, purity, and solitude are the four principles that represent the fundamental spirit of the tea ceremony, meaning wa, kei, sei, and jaku, respectively. 1. Wa symbolizes harmony and peace. It emphasizes maintaining harmony between nature, people, and self. In the tea ceremony, each action and movement, the use of utensils, and all interactions between host and guest are conducted through this spirit of harmony. 2. Kei expresses respect and reverence, emphasizing a deep respect for self and others. The host strives to show respect to the guest, and the guest to the host and other participants. This is reflected in every word, attitude, and action. 3. Sei means cleanliness and purity. It refers to cleanliness and purity of mind, body, and environment. The tea room is kept clean at all times, and participants follow specific procedures to purify their minds and bodies. 4. Jaku refers to stillness and silence. It emphasizes inner peace and tranquility, and the ability to accept things as they are. The tea ceremony is conducted in silence, which encourages participants to focus on the present moment and deep introspection. These principles show that the tea ceremony is more than just a social event. It is a kind of meditation, a philosophical act that emphasizes self-reflection, respect for others, and cherishing the moment of life. Having concluded this introduction to what the tea ceremony is, and the basic concepts of the tea ceremony, we now turn to the special utensils used in the tea ceremony and the tea room. The following is an introduction to the 9 main utensils used in the tea ceremony, one by one. 1. Chawan, a bowl used to brew and serve tea to the guests. There are a wide variety of types and shapes, and they are used according to the season and the type of ceremony. There are also specific rules for how to select and hold the bowl. 2. Chasen, a bamboo whisk used to whisk matcha with hot water. 3. Chashiku, a bamboo or metal spoon used to transfer matcha to the tea bowl. 4. Shaken, white linen or hemp cloth used to wipe the tea bowl. 5. Furo, the furo is for summer and can be moved, while the ro is for winter and is fixed to the floor of the tea room. 6. Shigama, a kettle used to boil water placed above the furo or furnace. 7. Futaoki, a device used to hold the lid of the tea kettle. 8. Mizusashi, a utensil used to store cold water, used for adding hot water and for washing tea bowls. 9. Natsumi, containers for storing matcha. Although a complete set of these utensils is a lot, each has its own unique role and aesthetics, and is indispensable in the tea ceremony process. The beauty of the utensils is important not only for their function, but also for the beauty they exude through their shape, color, and materiality, and they are chosen to match the season and the atmosphere of the tea room. The way in which the utensils are handled also expresses respect and gratitude. Next we will introduce the chashitsu. The chashitsu in the tea ceremony is a special space for the performance of the tea ceremony, and its design and function reflect the spirituality and aesthetics of the tea ceremony. The following is a description of the main features and elements of a chashitsu. 1. Simplicity and naturalness. Chashouses are usually built using simple, natural materials. The walls are often made of clay or grass, and the floor is covered with tatami mats. This naturalness and simplicity embody the aesthetic principle of the tea ceremony, wabi-sabi. Wabi-sabi is a traditional Japanese aesthetic concept that, in a nutshell, refers to the beauty of imperfection and change over time. Originally, wabi referred to the inner loneliness and pathos that comes from experiencing material scarcity and hardship. Over time, however, its meaning shifted to spiritual satisfaction, and it came to refer to the idea of finding beauty and satisfaction through simplicity and naturalness rather than material abundance. Rust, on the other hand, refers to the beauty of objects as they change and deteriorate over time. It represents a perspective that appreciates the natural changes that occur over time, such as the patina of rusting objects, changes in color and texture over time, and the texture of old wood. Thus, wabi-sabi is an aesthetic that accepts the transience and imperfection of things, and appreciates the depth and flavor found through them. 2. Tokonoma. In the tea room, there is a special space called the tokonoma. In the tea room, there is a special space called the tokonoma, where hanging scrolls are hung and flowers are arranged. These decorations change according to the season and the theme of the tea ceremony. 3. Partitions and shoji screens. Tea rooms are usually divided by partitions or shoji screens. This creates spaces within the tea room that serve different functions. 4. Doko. Kettle. Floor or furnace. In a tea room, there is a place for the tea kettle to be placed, called the kettle or furnace. This is called a kamuro or furnace and is used according to the season. 5. Nijiraguchi. The entrance to the tea room, usually small and requiring a person to bend down. It symbolizes life-size relationships and also served to prevent people from entering the tea room with swords on their person during the Warring States period. 6. Garden. Tea rooms usually border a garden, and the garden can be viewed from the tea room. The garden is also a place to experience the changing seasons, and is an important part of the tea ceremony. These features reflect the basic spirituality of the tea ceremony: serenity of mind and respect for the moment. As such, the tea room is not just a building, but a place for self-reflection and deepening one's relationship with others through the practice of the tea ceremony. This concludes our introduction to the special utensils used in the tea ceremony and the tea room. Finally, we will introduce the types of tea and its costumes. There are two main types of tea used in the tea ceremony: matcha and usucha. 1. Matcha. Matcha is powdered tea made from finely ground tea leaves, and is especially used in the tea ceremony. Matcha is usually whisked with a bamboo chasen tea whisk, and the resulting drink is characterized by its thick, creamy foam and deep flavor. Because each serving of matcha is made by hand, it is an important part of the ritual of the tea ceremony. 2. Usucha. Usucha is a lesser quantity of matcha, and is characterized by its relatively light flavor. Usucha is usually served during the latter part of the ceremony, and is intended to be easy for the guests to drink. While these two teas are the most commonly used in the tea ceremony, there are a variety of other types of Japanese tea. Sencha, for example, is the most commonly consumed green tea in Japan, and is characterized by its aromatic and refreshing taste. Hojicha, on the other hand, is a roasted green tea with an appealing savory flavor. Each tea has its own unique flavor and characteristics and is chosen according to the mood of the day, the season, or the theme of the ceremony. In the tea ceremony, the way the tea is brewed and served also plays an important role in maximizing its flavor and aroma. Next, let us introduce the costumes of the tea ceremony. Costumes in the tea ceremony vary according to the formality of the event and the season. In general, both men and women wear kimonos, which vary in color, pattern, and material. 1. Men often wear black or deep navy blue kimonos for tea ceremonies. They may also wear a hakama, a trouser-type undergarment. These are generally of subdued shades, and in some formal occasions, a crested haori or hakama may be worn. 2. Women for women, there is a wider choice of colors and patterns. But generally sober shades and simple patterns are chosen. It also depends on age and marital status. Unmarried women may be allowed to wear colorful kimonos, while married women prefer more subdued shades. Also worn at tea ceremonies are tabi, split-toed socks, and zori or geta, traditional Japanese sandals. The costume of the tea ceremony is part of the symbolism of the spirituality of the tea ceremony, and reflects the aesthetic of wabi-sabi. Costumes should be simple and avoid excessive ornamentation or gaudy colors. Instead, emphasis should be placed on the texture and color of the materials, and the harmony of the entire costume. The costume is also part of the person's self-expression, while also showing respect and reverence for the tea ceremony. The above is an overview of the Japanese tea ceremony, its beauty, and its profound and heartfelt teachings. This ancient tradition teaches us how to find the beauty of the moment, deepen our humanity, and keep our minds at peace. The tea ceremony is more than just the act of brewing and drinking tea. It is a philosophy and a reflection of a way of life itself. Through the tea ceremony, we recognize the value of each and every encounter. And through the aesthetic of wabi-sabi, we learn to find beauty in the imperfection of things that are not perfect. Most importantly, we deepen our respect for one another, and the idea of harmony and the pursuit of peace of mind in the midst of tranquility. The tea ceremony is part of Japan's cultural heritage, and its spirituality and aesthetics resonate with people around the world. We hope that through this video, you too will be able to experience the world of the tea ceremony and feel its profound appeal. And if you have the opportunity, please experience the tea ceremony for yourself. It will be a wonderful way for you to face your inner self and pursue peace of mind. In closing, thank you for visiting the Samurai channel. If you are interested in learning more about the tea ceremony, please subscribe and like our channel. And if you have any thoughts or questions, please let us know in the comments section. We look forward to bringing you more of Japan's beautiful culture and traditions in our next installment. Enjoy. Goodbye.